Hey, Johnson Chan. And I still have the camera off because my shirt's off. Because obviously it's really hot here. So, I was dealing with some trademark issues because they actually responded back. And I pretty much spent most of my time obviously processing the response, but also just thinking about a coexistence agreement. Because, I mean, there were a lot of things that were going through my head, but essentially, uh, I could run into some problems if I go all the way, just like they will. So we both are going to lose, which is usually what happens. So basically, I used all my vast knowledge of my past experiences to pretty much come up with I think, a very solid coexistence agreement where, believe it or not, we would actually share and synergistically cooperate with each other. Basically, we don't technically need each other, but he needs me more than I need him. However, if he like screws me over, then he's just gonna come across all of these problems, and he's not gonna have my help. But if he joins with me, essentially, he's gonna stand a much better chance. And on top of it, he'll get access to my vast resources and knowledge as well, which he obviously does not have. So basically, that's what I'm trying to think of. So I'm kind of hoping he's just not going to be an asshole, and he'll just simply say, "Yeah, this sounds pretty good. I agree." And then we leave it at that, and we get back to making our games. So because I did see in the letter that because he retained a lawyer, which doesn't surprise me because he got the money from Kickstarter, and that actually indicates other things too. He actually did that letter did his response letter from his lawyer did say that he is amenable to some kind of coexistence agreement. So that's basically what I'm going to be focusing on. So believe it or not, all of that negotiation and Chris Voss stuff that I read might come in is actually going to come into play here. But I think like the guy would have to be absolutely retarded to say no, because we both lose if he says no, but we both gain so much more if he says yes. So I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but I have to do this video. Then whatchamacallit. Then I gotta tell my lawyer what my thoughts are. Put out a like Jedi cloud contract. Put out a rough draft of all of my ideas, and which I'm still formulating, but I think it's pretty airtight. Like it covers just because basically I'll just give him everything that he wants. He gives me what I want. We both basically walk away, but we can share our problems and resources, and I offer to help him with his game. All right, which he doesn't need it, but it's gonna be clearly obvious to him that I know what I'm doing. So so why would he say no, right? So, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. And I think to myself, why did Jesus Christ have me follow this particular path? What is it that he wants me to see? So I'm beginning to see it. Now, again, I don't want to reveal it just yet, but maybe in the stream in the next few days, obviously I'll talk about it more. Or, for those of you who just watch these videos every week, I'll let you know next week. But yeah, I'm actually pretty confident. I'm also glad I actually hired a lawyer, because for something like this, you do need a lawyer. So it was money. It was $1,000 well spent. I mean, I think the other lady, Sharon Khan, I think her name was, which I still want to actually hire her too, because she actually did get back to me. She actually sounds like she kind of knows what she's doing too. So, but there'll be plenty of trademarks for everybody to work with. So, all in due time. All right. So, first things first. Pentagon calls off. So first of all, First of all, Jedi is a trademark of Disney. So, oil pulls back after an OPEC breakdown. Yeah, so something's wrong with the markets today. I know cryptocurrencies are doing very well. That guy's new as well. So markets are doing crap. Crude oil is down substantially. So is silver. But I don't care about precious metals. And of course, Bitcoin and crypto is doing well. I mean, Bitcoin's kind of flat, but altcoins are doing really, really well. They continue to do very well. And we'll talk about that too, because I'm no longer in JetSwap. Like, you can't see it because let me hide my icon. My icons say $1.375. So I already lost more than I need to on JetSwap. I think it's around 8 to 9,000. But I actually already exited before and then tried going back in at a smaller amount just to test the waters. I mean, it's pretty obvious to me. You just can't win with these high APYs. It's just too much risk. It's just too much risk because by the time you get back that APY, the value of your underlying asset's probably going to go down. So I'll talk about which pools I'm in. I'm now in the safe pools. So that definitely, and now that I'm getting more into babydoge, right? I definitely realize now that safety really is much better because when something genuinely good comes along, like babydoge, you know, imagine if I put $8,000, $9,000 into babydoge. I would much rather have that, right? And that's because that thing is deflationary. There will never be any more new babydogs ever again. It only is going down over time because of the auto burn function. So, and it's really fun to just watch your tokens just go up in value. So yeah, but I got a pretty big burden off my chest. So it only will come back if, for whatever crazy reason, the guy who's in Greece, it looks like, is just gonna be an asshole and just say, no, I don't care. But again, I created the path of least resistance, where not only is it actually easier to work with me, but he gets more value out of working with me as opposed to just making me my enemy. So that's essentially what's going to happen. So, yeah, it's actually pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool. I bet this happens all the time. So, yeah. So, you know, I really was meant for the big boy leagues. Let's just hope I can actually make it until due time. All right, so for whatever reason, the dollar is pretty huge. So hopefully these Yahoo articles can help us out with that, which I bet is putting a lot of pressure on cryptocurrencies. Especially Bitcoin, and of course putting a lot of pressure on precious metals, which are actually doing okay, right? And crypto is actually doing well despite the dollar getting really effing strong. Where is it? Yeah, because Binance coin is now up to 314, 316, right? Pancake swap is also popping off and coming back. VeChain and Filecoin are still kind of lagging behind, so it's not all roses. Excuse me, but again, this is still a pretty good sign. So it just means that things are coming back, right? And again, the Federal Reserve minutes are coming out tomorrow, so that's why the markets are also kind of nervous, as they always are. It's like dealing with an emotionally unstable person. Okay, so with the exception of the 1 month bond, people are buying up the hell out of bonds right now. In fact, they're buying up a shitload of bonds. Wow, we're talking massive fear. What is going on here? Let's see. We went over crypto. Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. Because now that I'm going to likely be working with other people, I probably have to be a little more careful about. I mean, I actually can't retweet Nick Fuentes anymore. I still want to read what he's up to though. This is what they're so afraid of. These are the, okay, I want to avoid certain words here. How much, okay. Yeah, obviously I don't like Gavin Wax because for some reason he's an asshole towards me, and I don't know why. Far right, find out in Arizona, okay. Yeah, and the simple fact that everyone's getting paranoid about Nick Fuentes tells me that things really are going to change. Actually, they are changing. It'll just take some more time. One road trip hang out at the beach, celebrate 4th of July, while Ben Shapiro and the New York Times are frantically trying to smear him as racist. That's true. They hate me because I am truly Christian America first. Yes, and we will soon be joining that club. Okay, so stock to full is doing all right. Okay, so what did I want to say? So right now I'm in auto pancake. So I'm getting, well, now it's down to 104.43. I mean, it sucks, but you know what? It's safe, and I still get essentially double my money. I'm in babydoge. I don't want to show my address, obviously. So I'm in babydoge. I think now I'm about $1,100 in. Maybe I might add a little more, but I want to concentrate on this one. Which is now my current, I guess you could say, higher risk pool. It's really not higher risk because Hotbit is legitimate. They've already issued all the tokens in existence, so it's never going to go down. at least due to inflation of money, right? It's already 2.5 billion hotbit tokens. It can only go down from there, and everything's already fully minted and out there. And of course, it's tied to Binance Coin, so I still will get the benefit of everything going up. So in fact, Hotbit and Binance token, Hotbit could go up to maybe 5x, so it's not that bad. And in the meantime, I'm actually earning somewhere around 550% estimated per year APY, because the base APR, including liquidity pool rewards, is 228.38%. So you know what? I'm just making free money. All right, I don't want to say the exact numbers, but basically 40% of the money, like let's say this is not the real number, but let's say I put $1 million in AutoCake. 40% of that is 400 grand. 400 grand into hotbit-bnb produces the same daily income in Cake as $1 million into AutoCake. That's how much better, how much more money I'm getting out of this. So it's really, really nice. In fact, I kind of still wish I didn't lose. I wish I didn't lose any of this money, whether it was the stupid shit during the bag talk days with the stocks and the predicted shit. That's what I get for not following my own advice. Or, well, I can't blame myself for MRRL because I just didn't know that coronavirus was going to come. And I also still, I guess, believed in the government a little bit. And obviously that's a lie now. I also didn't know about Gregory Mannarino, who obviously predicted exactly on the Friday before it all crashed, sell it all. Right? So, and I wish I didn't lose money trying out jet wings and all this other stuff. But again, like Greg says, there's always a new opportunity. And like Jesus Christ too, you know, there's always going to be, you know, a better tomorrow. So you're just going to have to learn the lessons and move on. Let me see. So that's hotbit-bnb. So that's I'm in those three things now: pancake swap, hotbit-bnb, and baby swap. Oh, and of course Shiba coin, because Shiba swap actually came out. It hasn't been indexed by Google yet, but obviously it literally just came out. So the clarity could use some work. Like they should specifically say stake Shiba Inus here. Because it took me a while to figure out where is the thing. I get they're trying to create a theme, but it's actually the very function here because they're trying to play off the meme. And then it looks like it's not out yet. But once this is out, I bet the Hotbit interest rate will go up for Shiba swap for Shiba Inu. So it's going to be perfect. Now, technically, I could pull all my money out of Hotbit and put it into here for security reasons. However, I don't like dealing with Ethereum. You know how I constantly complain about the gas prices. Now, CryptoZara said it's pretty reasonable now because it's still kind of down here. But trust me, if you think the market's going to go up for crypto, which it will, those cheap fees are going to be very expensive. Okay? And London hard fork should be any day now or any week. But that still doesn't mean the gas prices are going to go down. They're going to try to address it. So that's definitely something I'm going to be, looking at, especially if Cointelegraph over here says fees are cheaper now or the fork's out. Because obviously I'm trying to deal with the trademark stuff and my programming. So I have a lot to juggle. But I think once this trademark stuff is resolved amicably, hopefully, and it should, because I'm being reasonable, then it's like whatever. And then it'll just be actually back to, like, in fact, stuff like this would just be like nothing in comparison. Because to me, the biggest problem really is the trademark stuff. U.S. Financial, okay. FinCEN hires first ever chief digital currency advisor. Of course, censorship resistance, Hong Kong's Apple Daily Archives, preserved by Kevin Abbas. I can't pronounce that name. I mean, hey, this is why China is also very hostile towards Bitcoin right now. Hedge fund giant Marshall Weiss to reportedly dive into crypto. We do want to read that because I want to know how much money he's got. Ethereum price can gain 40% on Bitcoin. Analysts argue London fork nears. I mean, believe it or not, that actually could. In fact, it's done it before. Rise of oracles. Institution of any trusted. Card starter joins Sunday swap to bootstrap major Cardano DEX launch. Okay. Yeah, I'm also kind of interested in Cardano too, but I mean, I'm already pretty committed already to Binance level of coins, and I'm pretty happy with it. So, but we can still take a look. Backwardation in Bitcoin future account shows pro investors lack count. What? Also, it's options. I'm so sick and tired of hearing that. Striking a core DeFi domino effect on NFTs and Web 3.0. Former EU Trade Commissioner joins advisory board for DeFi dispute resolution platform. What? Former EU Trade Com joins advisory board for DeFi dispute resolution platform. Former EU Trade Commissioner joins advisory board for DeFi. Sorry, I'm getting actually distracted with the trademark stuff because I'm thinking about other things about it. Okay. A DeFi dispute resolution platform. I just want to see quickly what this is. And oh wow, you want to actually DeFi court systems? Oh, okay. I mean, let me think. If this was in place now between me and the other asshole, well, maybe I should stop saying that because I want him to be agree to my thing. So the other guy, I don't know. I mean, we would still be hiring lawyers for this. I mean, like we would need an actual legal agreement. Like a blockchain would be proof of a legal thing. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because what happens if you create an illegal agreement here on this DeFi platform, and then you infringe on like my trademark or Nike's trademark? Like we're gonna get mad, obviously. Still, I like the idea of what they're trying to do. Like just anything to remove this global tyrannical system, is better. I mean, whatever downside there is to me personally because of it, I'm willing to take it. I'm willing to take it. Turning bullish. Institutions are net buyers of crypto for the first time in 5 weeks. Yes, I do want to read that too. All right, so we actually have a lot of good articles here that we need to look into. Raise money in the NFT market. Oh, that's definitely gonna be an SEC lawsuit because that's the same. Because it's basically an ICO scam, but now you're doing it through NFTs. Though I guess NFTs, you could argue you're selling property. Right, so technically the SEC can't do shit. So it's a little more, it is more solid. Point on consolidated race between swap dexes. Okay. All right. I went over cryptos, went over my current updates. Okay, so let's see. Institutions are net buyers of crypto for the first time. This is actually pretty important. I think I'm gonna actually tweet this out. Let me. Institutions are net buyers of Bitcoin and crypto after 5 weeks lull. Oh, I spelled lull wrong. I wrote LUL as in laughing, but it actually means the word lull as in like, oh, it's the calm before the storm kind of lull. Also, Getter sucks in one way in that I cannot link out to Twitter, which makes sense, but it's really dumb. But, Trump will be Trump, right, as they say. CoinShares weekly report shows institutional managers are buying into crypto funds again after 4 weeks of profit taking, following the longest streak of selling since February. Offering caution out of the worst market. Okay, inflows into digital asset funds devoted to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a bunch of others totaled 63 million in the week ended July 2nd. So that was right before, that was the week of July 4th. For the first time in 9 weeks, inflows were registered across all individual assets with dedicated funds. Okay, so yeah. See, like I predicted, right? July is going to be a powerful month for cryptocurrencies, especially Bitcoin. Now, right now, Bitcoin's a little under pressure, but that's obviously going to change because there's just too much upward momentum in the crypto right now. And then once the stupid Fed minutes are released tomorrow, that uncertainty will finally unlock everything else. We're also coming off of a holiday weekend, too, so that never helps. Okay, 4.186 billion. CoinShares rather the previous week's total reflect a small increase in net investments. Ether funds registered 17.7 million weekly inflows. Blah 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 blah. Funds investing in Polkadot XRP saw inflows of 2.1 million and 1.2 million respectively, while multi-asset funds saw positive weekly inflows. The total was much smaller than in previous weeks, a sign that investors were cycling back into Bitcoin. Grayscale, the world's largest digital asset manager, reported last week that total assets under management reached 29.8 billion. Some analysts are concerned that the crypto markets could experience headwinds in the coming weeks after Grayscale's GBTC lockup expires, allowing investors to sell the shares. Okay. Institutional buyers played a significant role in crypto's most recent bull market, and they too have been a source of volatility on the way down. As Cointelegraph reported in May, Grayscale's Michael Sonnen. Oh, that's the end of the article. Okay. Let's look at this chart real quick. What is this? Net assets under management holdings per share, market price per share for our investment products. AUM, what does that stand for? Assets under management. Okay, got it. Holdings per share. I kind of don't understand this, but I understand the AUM part. Alright, so Grayscale is holding mostly Bitcoin, of course, followed by Ethereum, and then a little bit of Litecoin, which isn't a lot compared to everything else. So yeah, if like people always ask me, right, what would you buy in those markets? You could just copy Grayscale and just look at what they do. Like that counts too. You can't go wrong with Bitcoin. I mean, obviously you can't go wrong with most of these coins, except I would not go into Litecoin and I would not go into Chainlink, even though Chainlink has been getting better. But it's like, you know what, I'd rather have other stuff. Oh, he also owns Filecoin? Yeah, he owns a little bit of Filecoin too. Hedge fund giant Marshall Wace. Also, Filecoin has got like a 56% APY interest on Beefy Finance. So you don't even have to stake it anywhere else. You can just keep all the money for yourself. Hedge fund giant Marshall Wace reportedly diving into crypto. Okay. He's a London-based hedge fund giant that manages $55 billion in assets. Hedge fund firm is preparing to launch a dedicated portfolio targeting crypto. Citing anonymous people, everyone's always anonymous. According to a portfolio, adopts an approach to a newly launched healthcare fund, first targeting investment in firms before flotation. Then, God, that reminds me of rotation from Unreal and Unity coding. The hedge fund firm is probably still discussing the size of the new portfolio of potential investors. Company did not immediately confirm nor deny the coin. You know, 440 million fundraising round for Circle, a major United States-based fintech firm behind USD coin, USDC, which is what? Normally probably a 440 million fundraising round for Circle, a major US-based fintech firm behind USDC. Right, because Circle was owned by Square, which is kind of owned by Jack Dorsey, and then Coinbase is involved in USDC also somehow. I just know they're super legit. I mean, I actually like USDC over Tether for that reason. Even though Tether will probably be fine, I still kind of don't like how they do fractional reserve banking, and like every time I go on like DeFi Saver or anything like it, it says collateral backing 0%. I'm like, okay, I don't like that. You know, it's like going to a bank and knowing there's a giant sign on it that says, we're not actually backed by anything. That just makes me more nervous, you know? Oh, that's it? Jedi Cloud Kinder. How are they not getting sued by Disney for this? Okay. Stock market news live update. Stocks fall after reaching record levels. Oil pulls back after OPEC. All right, so what is going on with OPEC? Oil prices turned lower after climbing to a super high in a stalemate of production cuts. The meeting, which began with a tentative deal to increase output given elevated energy demand during the pandemic recovery, ultimately yielded no decision, setting prices of both U.S. and Brent crude higher. Okay, so why is oil down a lot? I barely had any time to eat my food because I knew I had to do this video too. Also, it's after 1 o'clock, so my lawyer would technically be free. Next week, Markel will come in the second quarter. Wall Street has started vaccinations or whatever. Okay, so I didn't actually. Okay, so their negotiations are stalled, but then oil goes down, and it also says in this article it went up. Okay, well I guess people must be adjusting their portfolios or whatever, or I guess we could do this and then we'll call it. Because where are we at? We're at 26 minutes. Oil prices jumped after OPEC meeting fell apart. Why they're dropping now? I guess I don't actually like reading this because Barron's is always okay. Okay. Yeah, they said they couldn't agree on an oil increase. So if oil could start bouncing again, head of energy. Okay. Croft points out the drama means almost 6 million barrels of oil production taken offline over the course of 2020 are not coming back online. However, ISM services survey came in weaker than expected Tuesday morning, causing the 10-year Treasury yield to tumble. That risk-off move seemed to take the wind out of oil trade. Yeah, and people going into the dollar as well. Yeah, because our economy is actually dying, and manufacturing is dying. Which means, I guess, yeah, you're not going to use as much oil. Okay, I think I understand what they're trying to say. For the fears fade, Goldman Sachs head of energy commodity research, Damien, blah blah blah. Tuesday, oil price can drift in our forward fire by higher by target of Brent crude. Okay, it's a difficult set of investors. Goldman Sachs energy analyst Neil Mehta has strategy for investors. Buy Canada, sell merchant refining, own turnaround stores, and U.S. exploration, underwrite M&A winners, blah blah. Yeah, I'm not surprised because the markets are completely distorted by the Federal Reserve, right? It's like that meme picture, right? Sweating meme picture cartoon. I want to turn off just in case it shows like porn or something. Oops, that's not the one I hide. I want to hide that. It's exactly like this. Oh, come on, that's not. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's this one. I need to find out what the name of this is. It's exactly like this one, right? And he's got to choose between which button to push, right? As they prop up crude oil, which is kind of what they want, that means hyperinflation goes crazy. However, if they tank oil crude prices, they take down inflation, but it also destroys the stock markets. The Democrats look bad. And people get even more angry because now they're not making any money. There's literally no good move here. So yeah, this is exactly what the situation is. And it's also one of the reasons why I just dumped all my shit and then just went into Riot and cryptocurrencies because I just didn't want to put up with this crap anymore. Well, Riot's down a bit, but I mean that makes sense. I mean the dollar's just way too strong. This thing's on the stock market, and Bitcoin's actually not going up right now. It's kind of just stuck. But everything else is kind of going up, or is mostly. So whatever, it'll recover. All right. All right. Anyway, this video has gone on long enough. I've got a lot of work to do. I also need to eventually talk to my lawyer. In fact, I might call him after I'm done eating. I don't know. I have to decide. I also want to try to get some coding done too today, and I still have to stream later in a few hours, so. Well, we'll see. But I'm pretty confident that, it should work out pretty well. I mean, worst case scenario, even if I do somehow lose, he's just going to run into more problems, and it's going to incur my internal wrath. So he's really, again, just better off working with me. So. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you all later or next week, depending on how you want to watch this. And